Well, my first guest joins me in studio, Mr. Craig Holland. He's the CEO of a company called FRZT Incorporated. FRZT is their stock symbol. Craig, welcome to the program.
Well, thanks for having me. Glad to be here.
Well, we're really happy to be initiating coverage of your company now. FRZT describes that's a creator and developer in the mobile social game industry. Tell us about the company.
That's right. We make mobile social games, and most people nowadays have some kind of smartphone or tablet device, so those are our primary target for our games. The founders of the company, myself and my business partner, have built and sold companies before, so we have a track record of success. And over the last 18 months, we've been focused on our attention on the free-to-play market. And we've been doing a lot of research, been in kind of an R&D mode, working on our technology, working on our analytics capabilities. And so we're right now about ready to launch a portfolio of games in the free-to-play mobile social space.
Well, for those folks who are not game players and you know, are saying to themselves, what does he mean by free-to-play? Why don't you explain that term to us?
Sure. The free-to-play business model is very popular these days, and it's popular with players, and it's also popular with the creators. And one reason it's popular with players is that it's free, so anybody can download the game. But that's good for creators and developers like FRZT because our addressable market is huge. There's no barrier. Anybody can download the game. So we literally can have millions of downloads of a game. And from a business model perspective, it's also very good because in the old model, the traditional business model of gaming, you just got one payment out of a player. You know, so you paid $1.99 or $2.99, and that was it. Your revenue stream was limited to that one payment. In the free-to-play model, we don't treat all the players equally. We consider them differently, meaning that you can have people who play for free and never pay any money, and then there are some players who really are enthusiastic about the game. We call those players super fans.
Okay.
Super fans can pay over and over, and so there's no real limit to the revenue stream in the free-to-play model.
So that's where the revenues come in. I mean, you know, what kind of things are they paying for specifically?
Yeah, that's a great question. So what made this all possible is in-app purchases. So before there were in-app purchases, when there was just a one-time purchase, you really couldn't have a free-to-play model that provided any kind of revenue stream. So it's free initially, but then there are lots of opportunities for the player to buy virtual items inside the game, and those virtual items would be purchased through an in-app purchase.
Interesting. So as they play the game and they get more immersed into it and more involved in it, maybe they're involved in it socially, there are things they can buy, options, so to speak, like buying a car, air conditioning, automatic transmission, power windows, that type of thing.
Yeah, well, a good example would be there are games like Candy Crush that probably many of your viewers might know that game. You get to a certain point in Candy Crush and you run out of lives because you're failing the level. Well, if you want to keep playing, you have to wait for those lives to replenish. Well, if you don't want to wait and you're enthusiastic about the game, there's an in-app purchase. You can purchase lives right there immediately, and you keep going. That's an example of an in-app purchase.
And really, with huge successes like Candy Crush and others like Digital King, that's really the business model that you're emulating, correct?
Yes, I mean it would be wonderful to get a fraction of the revenues of King and Candy Crush. Some reviewers I'm sure they're mostly familiar with that game, but they might not be familiar with the numbers behind the success of a game like Candy Crush. And there's a website they can go to, your viewers can go to, called thinkgaming.com, where they give third-party information. They're not affiliated with any of these companies. And they state on there that Candy Crush makes over $840,000 a day. A day. Millions of players every day. That is possibly because of the free-to-play model. If they were just getting a one-time fee, the revenues wouldn't be anywhere near that. So yes, we are trying to emulate that. We'd like to get a fraction of that kind of success, and we'll be fine.
Well, I know that this week you've announced and launched a new game, Party Animals Dance Battle, I think it's called. Tell us about that.
Sure. Well, we're really excited about Party Animals Dance Battle. It's a game we've been working on for quite some time. It's our first example of our truly mobile social model. The game is inherently social. It has features and abilities for players to connect through Facebook, Twitter, email, text, chat. It's really built around interacting with your friends. And on top of those capabilities, it also has console-like quality, 3D animations, music. It's a beautiful game. We're very proud of it.
I mean, that's really the key to the success of these games, is that interactivity with a lot of these social networking sites you mentioned, like Facebook. That really, because my next question is, how do you get a game from launch, as you've done this week, to going viral like a Candy Crush? What are the steps involved in getting it there?
Yeah, that's a great question too. I mean, it's free, so there's no barrier for people to download it. So what that means is if you can get people excited about it and then they talk to their friends about it or tweet about it, give them an invitation on Facebook, send them an email, all of these capabilities are in the game. If the game is inherently social, like Dance Battle is, it's a social game. You play your friends. You battle your friends. So you build a dance crew and you battle your friends. So you let the players do that viral work for you by spreading the news. Yeah.
Now, as we move forward into the rest of the year, do you have other launches planned this year, or do you plan to firmly establish the Party Animals concept first?
Right now we're focused on Party Animals, but we do have plans. Nothing I'm ready to announce yet. Okay, but it's the first of a portfolio of games that really show off this new technology and our analytics capability in the mobile social space.
The stock symbol is FRZT, FRZT Incorporated. Craig, why is this a good time right now for folks to take a closer look at your company?
It's a great time right now because everything we've been working on for the last 18 months has led us up to this point in time. Okay. We're at an inflection point, and the upside potential is terrific. And like I'm sure a lot of CEOs will say on this show, we're undervalued right now, but that's not going to last for long. Okay.
Again, the company is FRZT Incorporated. Go to your app store and download the new game Party Animals Dance Battle. See how much fun that will be. FRZT stock symbol FRZT. Craig, as I mentioned, we're initiated coverage of the company. Be following you very closely over the next several months.